Can you open the lift for me?
No, dude, fuck you.
Open the lift.
No!
Cheers, bro. Boom. That wasn't too hard. Hello guys, and welcome. Today's Tuesday. I'm out in Slottsbro, my favorite riding place in Stockholm, and pretty much in Sweden because it's so freaking good at the moment. Today's video is an interesting one that I wanted to make for... Since I made my last video basically, I just say that, but yeah. So I'm gonna do my normal training track up here, which is the Enduro Trail. It's called the Enduro Trail. And the video is going to consist of one breakdown on the trail, quick one. So the track that I'm going to do is actually the freeride trail and then linking it up into the Enduro Trail. The freeride trail starts off quite slow with a couple of berms, small jumps, decent sized tabletop into like a smaller tabletop. And then the actual Enduro Trail start off with a really weird step down into left-hander, into a big right-hander, and then you set up again for the next left-hander. And then you start traversing across. It's actually not the steepest of trails, but it goes pretty quick. So you go down right, over some rocks, jump up, land on a rock, and then you jump into a gully. Straight up, over some slabs, into right-hander, like off camber corner, a few French lines, and then it starts going off like flowy but still taking places, and then you hit the crux, the hardest part. So it's a big drop into right-hander, you jump out of the right-hander onto another rock slab, and then you have like a supercross section, so you jump like from a rock and land on another rock. And then it gets really flat and pedally for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So it's a really good training trail. After the pedaling's done, you drop into the ending of... It's actually the ending of the Enduro Trail, but there's another trail junction in there, like they merge. Over some bridges, into really quick, good right-hand berm, straight into a left wall ride. Down, and then a bird you jump out of. Boom, another jump, and that's the finish. And then I'm gonna do one like quick run on my current suspension setup. So we're gonna go over my suspension setup on the bike completely, and then I'm gonna switch to like the complete opposite of that setup and compare like time-wise. And then I'm gonna do something in between, and then I'm gonna do like just a few clicks off my normal setup and see which is quickest. So like the whole idea of this video is to break down like how much impact suspension setup actually has on your riding, on your bike. Because since my last video I made about suspension setup, I've been kind of like, what I did in that video was that I set up the sag and the ride height and everything on the bike, and since then I've been like working with basically rebound compression and all that. I was actually over at Linz week ago, 2 weeks ago, and they changed the rebound shim stack in both the fork and the shock, because I was like at the end of the spectrum. So yeah, that's about it for the video. Let's start with the complete suspension breakdown. Well, I basically already know the pressures I'm running in the fork and the shock in the front. In the lower chamber, I'm running 230 psi, and the upper chamber is 120 psi. In the rear, I'm currently using 170 psi, and I got one special token in the bottom. I don't really know what it's called, but apart from that, I got 2.5 tokens. Right, now for the clicks. The way I measure the clicks, let's say I have 2 clicks of rebound. That's from fully counterclockwise, so everything off, and then 2 clicks in. So I'm gonna start with the fork, start with the compression knobs, and see where they're at, basically. 8 clicks, low speed. High speed's off. 5 clicks. And now for the shock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So we're just gonna head up, check out the track, and do the first time run of it, basically. make a start line here. So the first run felt okay. I actually had like 5 runs on the same track before that in time, but the first run felt okay. Felt like I was overcooking it a bit and made like a silly mistake up top, and I just felt a bit out of control in a few places. But overall it was a good run. And the time was a 1:41. So now I'm gonna do like the biggest change of the day. So I'm gonna switch everything. So I have the high speed on the fork completely closed, like 1 click from completely closed, 5 clicks from fully closed on the rebound. On forks, 3 clicks from fully closed on the rebound in the rear, and full low speed in the rear. Alright, so test run 2 with the Franken settings. So the second run obviously felt like shit pretty much. That was what I expected it to feel like. The bike felt numb and like it was just packing up too much. Like I could feel the rear especially just packing up. Felt like I didn't have any suspension in the rear. I only did it to get an indicator of what I already know basically. But it's interesting. So the final time was a 1:43.27. So I changed all the settings back and took 1 click off basically. So I got 2 clicks of rebound in the rear, 4 clicks of low speed compression in the rear, 4 clicks of rebound on the fork, and 6 clicks of low speed compression on the fork. So let's see how that feels. Okay, so run 3. So the third run of the day, which was the run when I took 1 click off my initial setting. So the bike is like less rebound, faster rebound some would say. And I could actually feel a big difference in the bike. I couldn't really tell at the time if it was quicker or not, but overall like the feeling was that the bike was maybe a bit nervous, but I could control it, and the bike felt quicker I would say. So it's quite interesting. So the final time that I got was a 1:40.03, so quickest so far. So I'm gonna go and put 2 more clicks on everything to get the setting, like my normal setting plus 1 click, and see how that feels. Right, so 4th and final run. Let's do it. So the 4th run that I did, I have to say first, I had like 15 runs. I did 9 runs cycling back up and down doing the same tracks. I was pretty fatigued at this point, and I just felt quite off it, like I couldn't put down the pedal strokes. But the initial photo of the bike was that it felt smooth, and that's normally an indicator that it doesn't go quick enough. So I feel that this run isn't like just for the test, but we're gonna have to use it either way. I'm really sorry for the bad camera footage as well. But the final time was a 1:42.50. So third slowest of the day basically. But I feel that that's more down to me being fatigued. So I'm done with all the testing. It's really interesting, and many thanks to foucs for running a lift for me. It's really nice of them when they're not actually open. So big thanks to foucs. So I'm gonna head home and check. Okay, so I'm back home. I've done the entire video. I already shown you all the times. And what I said at the beginning of the video was that I wanted to see how much impact suspension setup actually has on your riding and on your bike and everything. And I think from this we can like say that it has a pretty big impact. So the only reason I did that the second test run when I had really weird settings was to show like how much slower it actually can be when you're like way off. So my personal like thing with suspension is that I like to ride like less rebound. So like, yeah, you can see like my initial setting that I showed you is like 3 clicks of rebound from fully open, so it's not a lot. And when I switched like on the third run, took 1 click off, that was even quicker. Yeah, so like I'd say that suspension setup is very important for your riding, but I feel personally, like if you look at the 4 runs I did, they were all pretty close. So the first run was 141. The second run, when this the setup was way off, I was 2.3-ish seconds slower than the first run I did. And then the third run, when I took 1 click off on everything, just 1 click, I was like 7/10 of a second quicker. And then the fourth and final run, when I was like pretty fatigued and really tired, I felt like that was more down to why it went slower. I was, yeah, so almost 2 seconds off the quickest run I did on a 1 minute and 40 second long track. So I feel that it could come down to just, you know, that specific run, how you rode that specific run, but it also has with the suspension to do. But I feel that the most important thing that you need to do with your suspension is to set up the sag and the ride height, like how much sag and how much pressure, or like if you run coil suspension, what spring rate you're gonna use. I feel that that has more impact on how the bike feels, how the bike works. Of course, that's why I did the second run, to show you like if your suspension's way off, that's gonna make a huge impact. But as long as you're in like a reasonable range of clicks, I feel that, yeah, it has a lot, like it can do a lot for you, but it can also ruin a lot for you. So find like a good base and then just work small clicks, small ways from here and there. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to make more videos like this, or whatever you want me to do. Don't forget to subscribe and put the bell notifications on. I'm at like 950 subs on YouTube now, so let's make it 1,000 when I do this video. Let's get to 1,000. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you next video. Peace.